gaming. Well, actually, welcome to my armory, but the hardware's melting down, so it's loud as F gaming. Unless that name is taken already. But yes, loud gaming on a fan? I can't do anything about it without the money to fix it, and I'd rather spend that money on Warhammer stuff. So, pistols only run, or big irons only run. We could get another tech priest. No, that's not very useful. That requires fighting bosses. That requires fighting bosses. Let's do the transmission source. Okay, so for those that are new around here, I do Mechanicus challenge runs and occasionally do the voice acting on the characters, but I'm not going to this time. Magos. A matter most perturbatory has arisen. It concerns the Tomb of Arglare. Previous interactions suggest you still feel it is not pure enough. I have risked and spent enough lives with this task, videx. It is much worse than that, Magos. I would not have troubled you if it was not. As a fabricated General Kane once wrote, sometimes our prayers are answered, but not in the way we would prefer. Explain. Following our transmission of lingua technis prayers in the tomb, we have received reports of a counter-transmission. It is in a crude form of binary that echoes lingua technis, but it is a foul and blasphemous tirade of heresy from the mind of the Xenos. I see. Most concerning. Something within the Tomb of Arglare has awakened with sufficient autonomy to transmit its own mockery of our prayers. Our course of action is clear. Questor Mechanicus 521. From the mouths of heretics emit naught but foul vapours. Cut out the tongue and be clean. So I had originally planned to put out a terrain short tonight, but well, I didn't get the thing. My attempt at priming it the other night didn't quite work as well as it was supposed to, and it was 40-something degrees today, so I am hesitant to spray prime. The probable source is a cogitator-like device deep inside the tomb. It is transmitting on a broad spectrum and is a version of our own lingua technis. To ensure we can hear it. Almaranthians 941. Thus does the enemy seek to crush our spirit, for our souls are our most potent weapon. I've already deployed the cohort, Magos, but do we have any idea what we are dealing with? Nothing that cannot be silenced with fire and fury. We cannot be certain what the Necron device is. We should be wary that we find it. Nevertheless, this font of blasphemy must be stemmed. Advance deeper into the tomb immediately and execute our will. Nope, that was the wrong guess. Okay, so... Jeez, my console is melting. If only I had a long enough data cord to connect my television to it and have the console in another room. Bug. Oop, that didn't work either, I think. Hey, plus health to something. Hey, that servitor got healed. Nice. So, the Skitari Battle Pilgrims finally came out. And they were excessively priced. What were they actually priced at? Also, that new Kill Team expansion with the Sisters of Battle in it happened and immediately sold out. That's just to be expected, I guess. And in other news, I am building an Ordinatus this year. I've scored, well, between bits I already have and parts parts that have just arrived in the mail, I now have much of what I need, apart from a front set of tracks and the weapons for it, to make an Ordinatus. Now, I'm probably going to go with the volcano cannon version, because making the sonic weapon is honestly a nightmare. Also, turns out I was expecting the Skitari Battle Pilgrims group to be a lot more expensive, but no, it's only $230. I was expecting more, but like the Mechanicum Combat Force is $285. That still feels wrong, but like not enough troops. Also, the Skitari troops aren't in boxes of 10, which I find insufferable. They should be. It's like, oh no, we just put them out in boxes of 8. Why? Put them in boxes of 10, you sods. Now we have pistol. It's like, now we have macro stub. So, interesting, funny little bug I've got. Well, it's not going to affect this, but on PC, because of some bug in how my copy of Mechanicus works, I don't have access to some of the DLC weaponry. That includes the Xenorite Macro Stubble, which is a free DLC weapon that was given out. Is there anyone else I can hit from there? Because I feel like I should, not waste it. Let's just snipe. The idea of sniping with pistols is always funny, but I mean, it's a shame there was a funny bug with the 10th edition Guard Codex. For some reason, they just copy and pasted some part of the data sheet for the Krieg Heavy Weapons Squad, and the attached officer with them that pushes the unit count, the model count up to 7 or more, has in the codex a 48-inch las pistol, 48-inch range las pistol instead of the normal 12. So this guy is just casually sniping with a las pistol. It's a shame they fixed it. They fixed it to be 12, or whatever they've changed it to now. But still, funny bug I wish they kept, because that was fun. It was goofy and fun. What are your stats? Look, I'll be honest, I'm taking that one out. Now, you can't get any closer, so let's grab cognition nonetheless. Of course. Maybe I should have taken one cognition from one of those just to screw with them. Oh, that's not good. It's yours? Yes, it does. Okay, that can crowd control. At least we can do something resembling rapid fire. Yeah, also, I'm now over 500 subscribers. I was looking yesterday and it was up to what was it, 199, and or not 199, 499, and I was like, oh, it's getting close, and now it's over. Thank you all. Ow, he's getting attacked. Might have to do that War Count of Mars cover that I've been promising for nearly a decade. At least this time I have the Tech Priest cosplay. Jeez, back when I made that promise, that tech was just before the Tech Priest cosplay fell apart at a convention. Yeah, that did not go down well for me emotionally. I'm going to delay you. Oh. Of course they go through to steal cognition. Great. I did not have enough let's just whack you. I need some more cognition, so I'm going to do something crazy. Let's just delay. There we go. Because now that I've lured him away, I can open up on him. You can't do much to anything, can you? Take that out. Take him out. Let's just heal the other Tech Priest. Take him out. But yeah, so I had originally planned on having my birthday mega video happen, you know, last month. But I'm still working on the projects from it. I guess that kind of happens when you do big conversion projects. Let's take the shot at him. Oh, that didn't do as much damage as I was hoping. Oh well. So let's just actually let's use that on him first and see what his stats are. Okay, so physical won't mean much. Let's use physical on that. Yeah, I thought if I tried to get him in there it might be a problem. Yay, we got rid of it. Charge. Now, let's just blow him out of existence. Let's get rid of the enemies. Pardon the loud hardware noise. So let's just obliterate the transmission, no point recording it. Sorry, probably should have read that for you guys, but I'm also aware of how loud the noise of this is, so I figure let's try and avoid it where possible, or minimize it. But yes, ooh, Necron Immortal. Tesla weaponry. They do not show signs of Promethean flame attack, which shows their inferior steps in technological advancements. I recall that Xenos and the Canned Volume 00100101, the Xenos. No, not now, videx. We've dealt with Immortals for a while now. They're proving to be a worthy threat. Now that they have separate weapon pattern, this is most concerning for our troops, sire. Troops of little concern. Mission is always priority over bio-life forms. Friendly. Gotta love the servo skulls being kind of a bunch of dicks. Okay, so this mission's going to be fun. Heal him up a bit. Probably should have had you heal yourself. You're a bit squishy right now. Okay, that will have done something, but not very much by the look of it. I probably should have used the scanner to grab cognition. Oh, here he comes. To be a pain in the butt. Let's grab cognition from there. If I went to there, I could take the shot at him. Let's take the shot at him first with that. Yep. And take the shot at him. That will help a lot. Oof, that's not good. Got to get him to that cognition generator, but I think he's now got a movement penalty. Oh well. While last year kind of was the year of artillery, this year certainly is gonna be. I mean, between the fact that, you know, I'm setting up I'm conversion building an ordinatus, both because I want one, and if GW released it in plastic, I probably couldn't afford it. And I did score the tracks from the Mechanicus troop transport for cheap. So that's going to drop the cost of that down. Let's set the shot at him. Now let's further screw with that enemy up there, because I want to grab cognition from that. So now, but yeah, as the Warhammer folks, as a lot of Necromunda folks like to say, anything can be a Necromunda model, and I raise a counter that most Necromunda models can be 40k models. Now, I don't raise that out of any kind of malice or anything, but rather out of the fact that Necromunda has some really cool sculpts. Ah. And there goes cognition. Let's grab cognition. Let's open up on that. Okay, now next turn I'll deploy in some troops. But I'm thinking of making a second Xenorite axe. Back when I was doing my, what would it have been, the first run? Of Melee on the Mechanicus live stream, the one that I actually finished, rather than the non-live streamed one that I started during lockdown and never continued, because it was on PC and I wasn't enjoying the process of making the episodes for that, because they were long, and I don't think that works if I'm doing editing. If I'm editing it, if it's a live stream, that's different. Now, yeah, let's take that out. Oh, he's going to take a hit. At least he can retaliate. Yay, cognition! I should have deployed more troops. Let's get rid of him. 9 damage. That punched hard. Let's get rid of him. Let's grab more cognition. I can do myself a favour and get rid of him, because that saves a bullet. It only takes one bullet. Still need to rewatch that movie. I vaguely remember it the first time, but what I remember is a fever dream. It's coming back. Heal yourself. There we go. So they've been revealing bits and pieces for Mechanicus 2 over on the Discord. And while we know certain things, like that it's coming out in spring, and it seems like from what discussions I picked up on there, that it might even be coming out sooner than that. Like it might be coming out in March rather than much later. We did actually see a tease of some of the stats for some of the units. I'll try and make sense of them a little bit from what I saw. So we saw they've revealed the death mark on there, which the synaptic disruptor has what I think is a range 12, damage 2 to 4, heavy, hyperdimensional jump, teleport to target location, perfect vision, ignores dodge and obscured. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Hyperspace hunter, teleport away on melee hits at Dominion 5. Also triggers from ranged hits at Dominion 8. Counter with ranged attack. Oh, nice. Advantageous positioning while in cover, +1 max damage, +1 defense. Nice. And they've also revealed the Ranger Alpha, who actually is a bit more potent this time around. Coming with a taser goad that's melee range. An ability called Defense Down, and a 1 to 3 damage. At least I think they got the right model this time for the weapon. And also comes with a phosphor blast pistol, which has Lumigen, which looks like it lights up targets. Has the analyze ability that they have. Now, what was I deploying? I was deploying a troop. Charge. How's Huron Blackheart's command squad? Like, it's got such a wacky assortment. Need to leave that one off movement for a moment. And we've got a literal pirate captain. We've got a Xenos and their pet. We've got a traitor apothecary with awesome Medicae harness, a rogue sorcerer, or rogue librarian, and Huron himself. Now, Huron, I'm not such a fan of his. Like, after seeing what he looked like during the Badab War, I'm not such a fan of his post-Badab War designs, because, like, if you look at his Badab War design, he had a power fist and a hand and a heavy flamer. Like, he had a custom heavy flamer and it looked sick. But he lost that. But yeah, like, this year's gonna see quite a few things. I've got a big costuming collab I'm trying to get together, so we'll see about making that happen, and as a result there'll be a few more costumes this year, just because I'll be making bits for other people to wear. But there'll also be like, there's a whole lot of stuff I want to do, especially towards when getting towards doing the what is it, 500th video, but I'm probably going to pull the old live streams down, both because no one watches them. The ones from the original Melee only run, I would probably be better off doing as a single video through the kind of editing levels you see for the Total War playthroughs that people do. Because we see all manner of cool challenge runs for Total War. I've enjoyed some of those videos. Like, you see people doing like your oh, what are we? Like the radioactive machine gun rats, and so on. And I figure it might be an idea to try and, you know, recreate some of the fun that I've had through that. Now, there isn't any other stats I can grab from anywhere? No, there isn't. Okay. So, keep whacking him. Now, you are going that way. That is non-negotiable. You are going that way. Take him out if you can. There we go. I should have tried to grab that. Oh well. Let's just pour a tide of servitors towards the spot where a whole bunch of enemies spawn. Now, let's light this foe up. What's his stats? Okay, that I can work with. Okay then, so yeah, basically I settled on the idea with making Ordinatus that if I used the tracks from the Krachnos at the back and the tracks from the Krios at the Krios/Venator at the front, that would provide me with the tracks for the Ordinatus. I scored an incomplete Krachnos, or whatever the transport version is, Triaros. Yeah, I think what I scored was a Triaros off eBay. And yeah, now the one trouble I run into is that Ordinatus has, but the Ordinatus as we saw through the Heresy range that have now been discontinued, they all had Volkite Calvarins, I think it's called. The ones that, you know, are sponsons on Predators, and, funny enough, on the Krios. It has 3 of them. The Krios has 2. The version of the Triaros that I have doesn't come with any. That looks cool. The stealth troop. Let's just move that into here. Let's just run that to there. You can stay there. You can run up to there. You can also run to there. And that's as far as I can get him to go. Cool. Now, let's see if that triggers it. Or that. There we go. I don't think I need to dignify that with a deployment with a tech priest response just yet. Although you are in range. Open up. Reveal stats, please. Oh, that's a problem. Maybe I do need to. Let's grab cognition. But yes, it does mean though that with using a triaros for conversion, I'm going to have its big cannons aside. So, is there any kind of a mech that uses 2 of those? If not, maybe the mecho build will be a Big Bot Bash exclusive knight something or another. Because I've been meaning to do Big Bot Bash for the last couple of years, but just haven't got to it. I am going to deploy that there. You can attack that. Actually, that's a terrible idea. Don't do that. So I'm going to set... Yeah, that sets that off. Okay, you can just run up to here and wait. Let's just open up on him with that. It ain't much, but it does, but it's something. Hey, it did something, nice. You go and back up your boss. Hey, it did damage, nice. Huh, I was half expecting him to attack the range trooper since he's standing right near him. Well, that's going to be a problem. But yeah, it's kind of a shame. It feels like GW have, you know, almost abandoned the Mechanicus in 40k. And like, don't get me wrong, like the Mechanicus have got a decent range of stuff back in 2020, but like they've not got anything since really beyond a character, which is kind of sad. Would it be worth... Is there any chance you could actually physically target that immortal if I move you anywhere? Let's just move you back further. Well, you've offended me, so I'm going to open up on you with that. I should have grabbed cognition. Oh well, we at least have some. Charge! Open up on it. Ow. Whoops. Oh well. You can't do anything. Delay for now. Get over here and wipe that out. Okay. Who's this? Who's he wiping this time? Didn't take damage. Ow! Wait, did he damage himself? Charge. You know what? I'm doing some pest control. Let's get rid of this guy. It's like I'm not even dignifying you with a bullet. So, let's just push him back up to here. You will grab cognition this time, so it can be useful. Now, you can just move to there. So yeah, amongst the... So I mentioned a little bit ago about this year kind of being an artillery focused year. It isn't just artillery. I'm focusing on tackling a lot out of my backlog. That is going to include getting a fair few miniatures painted. I'm currently up to, I'm currently on my 9th of the year so far, and I aim to be a lot higher soon. Now, you were pushing that command, that terminal. Yeah, mentally I picture a craft that uses both, that uses two, like a Mechanicus kind of assault ram craft, or, well, not assault ram, but a boarding craft, that uses two of the Triaros rams at the front, but has them open to, has them open or has doors just behind them, so that the occupants of the ram can break free after the ship has crashed into an enemy craft. Jovian Ministrations 6190. When the heretic is silent, it is as if his weapons and tools are stripped from him. He is left impotent and weak. I can appreciate the benefit to the Skitaria of removing this moral threat. I feel the emotions they do. Relief, joy, even. I take solace from them both. From them before compartmentalizing them. And the journey towards inefficiency is halted. Mechanicus Boreas 6615. Inefficiency is a slope upon upon one slides ever downwards by degrees until one reaches Nerdware unknowing. A fate we must avoid if we are to fulfill our mission on Silver Tenebris. So... yeah, I can't do anything about the sound of my game console. Unfortunately, it is quite loud. Now, I am going to just change the loadout around a bit. Now, you are getting that. I'm giving you that. Oh, I needn't have upgraded him. He's got plenty of upgrade space as it is. Just not lots of things to put in that space yet. I'm going to strip him of that in favour of the default one, because the default one doesn't cost anything to use, and the cost to use is the important part. Now, you... what could you benefit most from? What do you need? Shield. You need a shield. Okay, so let's go after that other tech priest, shall we? Oh no, wouldn't work. For a moment I had a thought about using the Anacharis Sciora Xenophane for a Savola conversion, but then I looked at the price of it and I'm not paying in Knight Titans, paying what I think a Knight Titan is nearly, well, paying, is the Knight Titan now, is it over 200 or is it more than that now? What's the Knight Questor's standard cost? Exorbitant amount, no doubt, but that is Warhammer these days. And Warhammer's always been expensive, but it feels like they're intentionally making it needlessly more so. Yeah, Knights are now 223 for the standard kit. Oof. Now, is that the standard kit that comes with the Canis Rex pilot? Yes, that's the Canis Rex version. Don't know if there's rules for that newer one that comes with, for 40k, that comes with the other weapons. Oh, that comes with the plasma and conversion beamer. Still, for a bit more than a knight, I can get a single character. That's a bit ridiculous. You do not relish this mission, Subdomina khepra. I ascertain from your pupil dilation and nervous system stress levels. Even in victory, the men and women on the ground suffer, but it is not something I imagine troubles Amigos. Some tech priests choose to exercise the emotional centers of their brains, especially when they reach the rank of Magos. I did not. I have fought under plenty of Magi who have no emotion at the loss of men and women in combat. I am glad to know I am not doing that again. I am capable of quarantining my emotions in my neural vaults and choosing to experience them if they are beneficial. I am not ruled by them, but I am not ignorant of them either. That is why casualty rates on missions under my command are 11.7% below the average. I'll take that as a good omen. Subdomina khepra, how goes your attempts at establishing a foothold on Selva Tenebris with our main forces? Operations in the two Vecropus are continuing, Magos, but the enemy is pressing our perimeter hard. It is impossible to explore the tomb if all my troops are tied up, keeping themselves from being overrun. I see. The enemy is aware of our presence. It seems like it. They are not attacking at random. The Necrons are exerting pressure at key points, hoping we will falter. Logic demands a response. Ignoring this predicament invites defeat. Your solution. With your help, collapse the tomb on them first. I mean, when in doubt, demolitions. Now, again, apologies for how loud the tactical map for the tomb's going to be. It causes hardware load. I have plotted 4 locations in the tomb of Khepra. If these are made impassable with demolitions charges, the Necrons won't have the run of their own tomb anymore. My cohort will see this done. Once the key points are blocked, the Necrons will be funneled into our crossfires. They'll spend a lot more lives testing our defences. I am not certain the Necrons can accurately be said to have lives. Well, whatever they have, they're going to lose a lot of them. Indeed they are. What is my tactical map? Ah, that's interesting. Let's go that way. Fascinating. This could be some event from the distant history of the Necron race. I have heard rumours of such mythology among the theories about the Necrons, but confirming it could be a breakthrough. On the wall of this chamber is inscribed a complex design resembling a star map, but the stars are depicted being consumed by ill-defined entities of swirling light and shadow. Hey, the Satan archive. Very worrying. I had thought this was a chance to be the first reap of knowledge of the Necrons' myths. I will think twice before seeking out such things in future Magos. The pictograms are transmitted to the Celestis Metallic in a grainy and low resolution. Nothing can be made. The cogitators used to hold them, however, rapidly degrade and must be quarantined and destroyed. Oh boy, that's not good. We gained a virus. The explosive charge in this place. The explosive charge is put in place, but minuscule Necron scarab constructs emerge from apertures in the walls, evidently intent on devouring the explosives before they can go off. Cork the vents. That sounds like it doesn't work. We attempt to use sealant, tiny scarabs, from which the tiny on the holes, and a trooper gets injured. That trooper got healed a little. Chastisement of menials on the Celestis Metallican. Follow maintenance observations. Failure of maintenance observations inexcusable. Yeah, when in doubt, repair the damaged equipment. Less things that you have to swap out, the better. That should drop the volume in a moment, once the map loads. I really could have used that arc pistol this round. Given, the troops we're about to deal with. Let's just put that there. Now, which one's the one that's up here then? Alright, you can go there. You can go over to here. Whack one of them, it doesn't matter which. Let's just take the shot and find out his stats. 3 is left. Cool. That's going to be a problem. But not for me. That old, call an ambulance, call an ambulance. But not for me. Kind of moment. Okay. At least no one needs an ambulance IRL. I mean, yeah, hopefully. Jeez, the weather we've had this week, we're having this week in Australia is pretty rough, and there's going to be a few folks that'll need them. Hopefully no one were near, hopefully none of my neighbours are on that list. Okay then, so you can just go here, because I'm going to have, I might as well take advantage of the fact there's a terminal there, but that terminal has shielding, because of course it does. So that'd make it too easy. Still did some damage though. Not that that was enough, apparently. Let's get the stats on that. They're going to finish him off? No! They only did 1 damage. Cool. Okay then, so let's put a servitor there so he doesn't get wiped. And one of those. Get rid of that. Ow. Charge. Well, at least we charged that up a bit. Let's just move you back to there. And down goes the servitor. Hey, there's 1 left. Nice. Take that out. We're about to lose that servitor, unfortunately. But yeah, in terms of artillery, at least I got the basilisk done, but I've got a Minotaur conversion build underway that I really should finish. I've got a field ordnance battery that's needing the base to be done, and a replacement part to be found for one of the sides of the cannon mount. Last year I scored a pair of Krieg quad guns, or quad mortars, and crews for them, so those are getting turned into the artillery teams that you see Krieg get. I've got the 100mm bases for them. Not sure if they'll take up enough space on the base, but I can always build parts. And oh yeah, I'm doing 2 exorcists. One using metal parts and a Demos Rhino, and another one using the plastic exorcist and the old Forge World turret that they made, that's basically just a smaller version of a whirlwind turret that kind of cemented in that the exorcist is just a variant of the whirlwind. Yes, got rid of him. Good. Be gone, terminal. And the diagnosis for that terminal is terminal. Now, yes. Oh, here we go. More foes. At least it's not Lynchguard. That could be a catchphrase. At least it's not Lynchguard. I should really sort out... I really should put that on a t-shirt. Just... At least it's not Lynchguard. And a picture of just a Lynchguard's face, just with the eyes glowing angrily. Instead of glowing green, have them... Well, have it being a more menacing shade of green. Perhaps. Go there. And go here. I could have wiped that out. And it's like, thanks, I could have done that already. Okay then. Look, I want to just move up to here. But yeah, before all of that, I've got a Minister and Priest on Deus of Retribution, or actually no, not Retribution, Immolation, to finish, which will be the next, well, which will be the first 40k model video of this year, i.e. not Necromunda, but it'll appear soon enough. I just need to, you know, make the Underslung Flamers, because that one's been unarmed since 2019, when I built the thing while there was still only really rules for Junith Iridia, but not a model. Although she might have been teased in that codex. The Sister of Battle Codex in 8th edition. There were multiple versions. Like, some of them have different versions of the same datasheet. One of them, the Crusader Squad, has 8 models. The other, it has 6. And the one I have, I'm pretty sure it says 6. Which is frustrating, because, you know, kind of want it to actually... I want the squad to have as many members as I can get. Be gone, little pests. Okay, you can run up to here. Take him out. Just bloomf. Let's go to cognition. Oh, can't, you know, make it straight to the damn generator. Maybe I should have stopped there so that I could have tried to get onto there. Oh well, too late. And now more reinforcements show up, and this time with added sniper. Oh no, added flayed, now with bonus flayed one. There is a part of me so tempted to do a parody of the Lego City ads. It's like, a man has fallen into the river in Lego City. What is it? Get the rescue chopper to fish him out, to rescue him. Lego person, hey! You could build the rescue chopper. I don't actually properly remember the ads. I just remember the whole memeableness of them. Unfortunately, I've seen the political one that people have done related to China. Looking at history, a lot of our nations don't have much of a moral ground to stand on. We've all done things as bad to protesters. I mean, I'm looking at America right now, but like Australia, I'm fairly certain we've done some pretty horrible things at some point. I can't put my name on it. Can't put my finger on it right now as to exactly what we've done on a state level, but like people who are protesting for reconciliation and for First Nations rights were routinely harassed and were routinely and there was a caravan of them that was run off the road more than once, which really reflects badly. I don't remember who the exact person was that did it, but I remember first hearing about it back in high school and then later on hearing about it again on ABC from people who survived. First of all, you get cognition. Now, you can go over to here and we'll see if I can take out the other enemies. Take the shot. Oh, that did the job. Let's take them out. But I think that was it. I think we've got this room done, but not the whole chamber or whole spot. Oh no, we're mission complete. Nice. Servants of the Omnissiah will live now, though who would otherwise die. Magos, my thanks for sending your tech priests to aid my troops. We will profit nothing on this world if our troops on the ground cannot keep the tombs open until we can ascertain the threat they may contain. It is simple logic, Subdomina. Maybe, but nevertheless I thank you. Few Skatara units have much reason to expect a Magos to come to their aid. I have an audio bid for this. Come to their aid so directly. We are used to being disposable. My emotional cause returned dismay and anger at Skatari being described as disposable. No one is disposable so long as they do the Omnissiah's work, thus it is written. There we go, let's just gonna mute it because it'll no doubt want to run ads before it. Because yes, I will run a Clone Wars soundbite. Ah, here we go. So much for audio. I think my laptop's speakers are dying. And there you have it. Not that you could hear it. Sorry if you couldn't hear it. I think the speakers on my computer are dying. Or are clogged. Now, we have a new tech priest. Let us upgrade him. First of all, we're going with this path line. Now we have the troop device, we have that, we have that. Now, do I want to do double energy or do I want to do energy and physical? I can leave off on that other one for until next turn. Let's just go with that, because that's the best way to do things with them. But yes, anyway, thank you all for watching. I realise I've gone on for a decent while. With Mechanicus 2 coming out probably in March, I don't want to put too much of a probably on it, because every one of my release date predictions last year was wrong. At least it was wrong for a good reason on the part of the devs. They're like, okay, response to the demo, people don't like some of this stuff and some of these things aren't quite as smooth as they should be. Okay, let's take on board the feedback and let's integrate it into the game. And it's like, yay, let's do that. Game devs that actually listened. It is a good thing. You don't see it enough. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and apologies for the loud background noise of the hardware. I'll be back soon with more tabletop and cosplay stuff. Anyway, catch you around. Bye.